welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been a really long time since I've filmed my last video. For the new year, for 2022, I do really want to get back into creating content, whether that's more YouTube videos, more reels, more TikToks, more photos. I really enjoy creating content and I really want to get back to doing that. So this is my first video of 2022. Happy New Year to everyone. I do sound a little stuffy, a little sick. I'm just getting over being sick again. I got COVID for the second time. So that's how I started off this year. I feel a lot better. Honestly, this time around it was just a sore throat, thankfully. And I just needed to rest and make sure I drink lots of water. But I really did want to make a YouTube video today, even though I sound a little stuffy, because today we finally opened up our applications again. So for the company that I work for, we finally have our applications open, and I will link that in the description box below. Also, when I first started applying, I found this website. I'm gonna see if I could still find it again, but it was a website that lists every single airline that there was, domestically and internationally, and it also had a link that said if they were applying or not. So applications are open, but they're only open for a very, very limited time. I don't know the exact time of when they're going to close applications again. Honestly, it could be 3 days, it could be 5 days, it could be a week, it could be a couple hours. I don't know. I feel like last time it was only a couple days. The company may have like a set limit of how many applications they want. We do plan on hiring a lot of new hires. I forgot the exact amount, but honestly, I wanted to get this video out there so you guys know that the applications are open. Make sure to submit your resume, submit your cover letter. Canva is a really good website that has templates for resumes and cover letters, and I also have a ton of other videos on my channel of when I went through training, how that process was, and training is a lot different now than when I went, but I feel like it's nice to just watch those videos and kind of see, you know, how my day-to-day was, because I did vlog weekly while I was in training. I want to wish everyone the best of luck for those of you who are applying, whether it's your first time or your third time or your fifth time. If you are getting a rejection letter or thanks but no thanks, keep applying if this is something that you really want to do. I do want to answer a couple questions that I was asked. A couple months ago, I did like a Q&A poll on my Instagram. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, make sure you go ahead and follow me. Sometimes I do, you know, ask me a question or polls. So I'm going to answer some of the questions that were asked. So one of the questions that I was asked was, what bases are they placing new hires? So for those of you who don't know, I'm currently based in Dallas. I was also previously based in New York and Miami. So this is my third base in like 3.5 years. I am so done with moving. I think I want to stay in Dallas for a while, and I will make a updated video on how I feel about this space versus Miami versus New York. To be honest, I don't exactly know where the company plans on placing new hires. So far, I believe we've had a total of 6 or 7 new hire classes. I actually flew with a new hire. She was a speaker. And this last class that came, we got about like 45, I believe, new hires to Dallas. And Dallas is considered a very senior base, but I feel like things have kind of switched and changed around since COVID. So I feel as if it's a senior base, but it's not like it's gonna take 5 years or 4 years to transfer here if Dallas is a base that you really want. Bases like Philly and New York, those are pretty junior bases. Miami, the base that I was at previously, I feel like that base is getting pretty senior. Then you have bases like LAX, which I feel like is so senior. It's gonna take a while for you to get there, so it just all depends. But I don't exactly know where they're placing new hires, but if you're placed somewhere, I would say give it a chance and just put your transfer in. Another question that I was asked, how did you transition from a regular 9-to-5 to being a flight attendant? So before I was a flight attendant, I was a lifeguard for the city of Tampa, And honestly, even there, it wasn't like a traditional 9 to 5. I did work weekends. I was off for the holidays pretty much, but I don't feel like I've had that like strict 9 to 5 schedule, weekends off, holidays off. So it wasn't that bad of a transition, but I feel like a big misconception that people have is that flight attendants are never home. Let me tell you, we get off days. We get a lot of off days. We get, you know, time to ourselves. You can work on your off days, so that's where it's like, well, if you don't need to work a lot, or if you want to work a lot, then you work on your 12 off days that you're guaranteed when you're on call. So it's just very flexible in a sense of, if you're off, you can be off, or if you're off, you can choose to work. So in terms of transitioning, I mean, I feel like it's not going to be that bad for someone who's working a 9 to 5, because they're so excited to, you know, do the job and work. So in that sense, it probably wouldn't be as bad. But I mean, it's going to be kind of a tough transition if all your life you're just used to 9 to 5 weekends off. So it might be a bit of adjustment, but the way that I look at it, my weekends can be on a Tuesday, Wednesday. It doesn't have to be Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. It could be a Tuesday, Wednesday. It could be a Thursday, Friday. It could be a Monday and Tuesday. I just kind of, instead of complain like, oh, I don't have weekends off, just make your off days your weekends. Another question, is it true that there's a 1-year wait list to get to Miami? Once again, I don't really know the exact timeline. For my friends that were displaced from Miami to Dallas, like I was displaced, it took them about 6 to 7 months, or I would say 6 to 8 months it took them to get back to base. So it depends on where you're trying to go. If you're trying to get to Miami from Dallas, it may be different than getting from New York to Miami, because there's what's called a mutual transfer. So if you're based somewhere where you want to go and that person wants to go where you want to go, you guys, that's like a mutual transfer. Like you're just swapping places with the flight attendant. I don't really know the exact details, but it just all depends. I don't want to sit here and say like, yeah, it's gonna take 1 year for you to get to your base, because it could take a month, it could take 2 months, it could take 3 months. It just all depends on where you're at on the list. What bases are they placing new hires? So for the new hires that came on the past like couple of months, I feel like a lot of them got Charlotte, some got Philly, DC. A lot of speakers ended up coming to Dallas. But yeah, that's always kind of changing on where they're sending new hires. For my class, luckily, we were offered all of the base options. But for some people are only offered 2 bases, New York and Charlotte. So it just all depends. Can you please share some advice about interview questions and what they ask? So I do have a couple videos dedicated to, it's called interview questions and answers. I will link that right up here. Obviously I can't sit here and be like, this is exactly what they're gonna ask, because honestly, when I went through the interview process a couple years ago, it's completely different than what it is now. But I feel like generally they like to ask questions about safety and customer service. So any questions pertaining to safety and customer service experience, those types of questions, they're gonna ask those. How long have you been a flight attendant? So in May of this year, it'll be 4 years, which is so crazy because I feel like I just started. And the time really does fly by. This year, I will be a flight attendant for 4 years, and I will get 5-year pay. I feel like there's something mentioned. I will get 5-year pay, which everyone talks about 5-year pay. They're like, just wait till 5 years, you get that 5-year pay. It's a big jump, so I'm excited for that. Also, another really big thing that's happening this year for me and my class is that we're on a 3-1 rotation. So right now I've been on call every other month. So the 3-1 rotation is I will be on call every 3rd month. So I'll have a line reserve, line reserve, instead of line reserve, line reserve, line reserve. So can't wait for that as well. And the last question I was asked, it was about my in-flight. So name of the best shoes for for the airport. My shoes are not it. You guys, your feet will thank you if you get really comfortable shoes. I remember when I first started, I just bought like some super cheap flats and my feet were killing me. You're gonna walk a lot. So I personally have, I'm gonna go get them, but I have my heels and then I have my in-flight shoes. So my in-flight shoes are just like standard flats, and then my in-flights now, after 3 years, is way different than my in-flights when I first started. I meant my heels when I first started. 1 second. Okay, so shoes. This should literally be a meme because let me just explain this to you guys. Okay, so year 1, you're fresh out of training, you have your hair in a slick back bun, makeup is on point, everything is on point, and your shoes may look a little something like this. You have a nice long heel, pointed toe, super cute shoe. These are so uncomfortable. I literally have probably worn these like 2 times. So this is like a year 1 new hire flight attendant. And then you realize like, oh man, I can't do this anymore. I look cute, but I need a little bit of comfort. So you go on to year 2 where, you know, you still have a heel. It's a little shorter. You have your you don't have a pointed toe, you have a round toe, which for me it's more comfortable. These are Clark's, which is a really good brand. And then these are just Calvin Klein, which are super cute, but they're not really comfortable. These are pretty comfortable as well. But then I got to the point where I'm like, I just want complete comfort and I don't even care about the high heel anymore. So this is what I wear now. These are from Lifestride. I think they're super cute. I love them. They're super comfy. And honestly, if I wanted to, I can wear these in flight as well, but I do have other shoes that I switch when I'm in the airport. I'm in the airplane. So these are Lifestride, and I got them at what's that shoe store where it's like buy one get one half off? Rack Room shoes. I normally get my shoes, so I was able to get these and my current in-flights, which are these Soul Naturalizers, which Naturalizers is another really good brand for shoes. So I have my shoe for the airport and in-flight. And I mean, you guys are gonna go through so many shoes and you know, feel out what is best for you. But I know probably after 5 or 10 years, I'll probably end up wearing Crocs. I'm just kidding. Please don't ever wear Crocs with your uniform. And then these are like really beat up old pair of shoes, but these are also Lifestride as well. So I really like the Lifestride brand, Clark's, Naturalizers. Your shoes, your feet will thank you if you have really good shoes. But yeah, that's all for this video. Stay tuned for more upcoming videos. I did go ahead and make a complete list of video ideas that I want to do for you guys. My next video, I want to talk a little bit more about what reserve schedule looks like versus a line. So I'm going to take my December schedule, my January schedule, show you guys all that, and kind of give you an idea of what our months look like on reserve versus a line. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry if I'm a little stuffy once again. Good luck to everyone who's applying to becoming a flight attendant. I will link a lot of information down below. Leave me a comment if you enjoyed this video, if you're ready to see more of Nina Vita in 2022. And I'll see you guys next time.